And here we have it, Zomblers versus Kings of the North. Anubis is what they've decided, and oh my goodness, I cannot contain my excitement. Looks like after the knife round here, Mark, we do have a T side going off here for the Kings of the North. Oh my goodness, my brain not working there as Fast and Furious in towards mid. 2 for 1 here, a man advantage right off the gate here. Kings of the North.
Oh boy. This is Fast and Furious Cash. They are right from mid into A right now. And I guess they're locking it down. Lothi's just going to smack in those digits. It was a little bit hairy in mid, but they come out a little bit better, worse for wear. Now they can back up. Sezi is re-entered in Cajun with another kill, Cash.
Yeah, I know, and now the man advantage is back, and he's sticking this plant here. No one even in position here to even stop it. Crisp, he's got to close the distance. He gets the headshot, the follow-up, but can he even get here? Oh my god, he does. He gets him off of it, Mark.
I can't believe those shots by Crisp and saves the round entirely. We spoke to him last night in the interview, and he was just so poised. He was excited to be here, man. The Kings of the North are doing such a great job against My Life Be Like, but they are back tonight. Obviously, we were kind of hinting towards them having their work cut out for them, but similarly, they start their night off well. They're going to be getting this pistol round victory in, and the Zomblers, I mean, that's really not how you're going to want to start on your defense. You know, we can talk about the obvious economical implications of this, but we'll see how Kings of the North respond, though I think we are under a tech timeout right now.
Going a little bit crazy over there after winning that one, and do you blame him? Crisp living up to the name there. Crisp shots indeed, and geez almighty, I mean, that is genuinely as close as a round can get. I mean, it had to have been a 0.1, 0.2 of a seconds there. But yeah, it's Zomblers. Can't really fight here in the second round. They've got to play for that third. It might be a 2-0 start here from the Kings of the North.
It could be eventually. Hopefully, whatever's going on. I'm not sure if you can
do a little
see
tab check. Check some pings. A little ping checking.
Maybe somebody's mouse died. Anything could be going on, but it is unpaused right now.
Let's go.
We're back. As soon as the caster curse comes alive, Cash, we'll just cancel it out right now.
This is how you do it. You start whining about it, and then it unpauses. Story of my life. But hey, we'll take it. Of course, Old Faithful, you know.
See if the Zomblers can go back to that. I don't know. They just have this P250 right now. Can just try and go to Old Faithful, run and die, get that money pent up because, I mean, Crisp and Kled, you probably don't want it to happen with them. Like, I've played with players that are so, you know, wanting to not let the enemy team get anything that they're like, all right, let's run at the rifles instead of the MAC-10s to get them even less money, right? I mean... try and get anything that they can, but Sam right below this and shots going back and forth. Crisp, there it is. It's that MAC-10. Oh no, a little bit more money.
That kill reward bonus like you're referring to, and I know exactly what you mean. You gotta build up a huge economy as soon as possible here, especially in CS2. With only having those 12 rounds per half, there's just not as many opportunities. And an opportunity here for Chris as he executes Sezi, coming back into that A-bomb site. Kled even getting 2. Out of the MAC-10 here. Has plenty of cash to go about here for Kings of the North. Bomb planted 2 before getting that kill here, Mark. I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, but if you plant the bomb after getting the eliminations, you don't get the team bonus. I'm sure a man of your caliber probably knew that.
It's a nice fun fact for the viewers to remember because, you know, when you have to add up all those economical factors at the end of the day, that's one you quite often miss, Cash. And, I mean, it's just the little things, right?
Certainly.
The more you know.
Might be the difference between getting 1 extra buy-in in the half versus not. It's all about min-maxing in today's economy. But here we go, Mark. This should be the fun one here. The rifles coming out here for Zomblers. The 5 M41 A1Ss. Going toe-to-toe with Kings of the North.
Bomb dropped for it. Yeah, they're going straight with those A1Ss right now. Zomblers getting in this first buy. I mean, this is really an opping map when really you think about it. You can talk to a lot of these players that play that position, and sometimes it can just feel like a massive playground with the long angles of canals. You can really get into great positions back on these sites, and I mean, it will just be easy pickings, but that comes at a point at which you can afford it right now. You were stuffed in the face with MAC-10s, and Kled will make sure that you will be dead, but Sezi pops up a flash from the back of the site, and Kled will go for 2 for 2. Finally, his life ends, but the site, the damage has been done. They've been pushed back, Cash.
And they've been pushed out indeed, but no bomb plant quite yet. Cajun just lurks through the smoke to find one. Crisp. The trade right back on the MAC-10s as they are doing damage. Camro practically on life support. The tippity tapping from Crisp, unable to finish him off here as the bomb successfully will go down. But even Steven, other than HP of course, and oh my god, Crisp, he has a feeling, blows open the smoke and finds a player. Camera with one back here, but they know where each other is, and Crisp, having the HP advantage, just goes for the wide swing, cleans up the round, and Kings of the North, they're 3-0.
They are 3-0 right now. They are riding the wave. They get on probably what is a little bit of that favored side. You know, we can talk about how really the players feel about it. And I know that they, you know, there's a reason that they always pick it first. You know, Kings of the North putting their heads there. And right now, you're probably in the best scenario possible. Look at the bank accounts of some of these players. I mean, you have 8,300 on Chris, right? You can drop that all to your teammates, spread the love economically, because now the Zomblers, you're practically resetting them. I mean, now that you're going to be on this point where you can push it to that 4-0 and you've got these Deagles left alive, it's all that they can grab onto. But we know that Camro and Co can really land a lot of these shots. But there goes Huncho to open us up. Lothi on the other side, responding with the frag of zone.
Yeah, this is the dream scenario to think as well. It all comes off the back of that 3-piece from Chris way back when in round number 1. Everything just going perfectly according to plan here. And yeah, we'll have to see the resilience of Zomblers here tonight. They're definitely going to be going down a certain number of rounds here. And we'll have to see how they come back from it. And this round here, not really finding any fragging. It is just Kings of the North getting to business in tonight's match. Ooh, into A. Free real estate. Over.
Very free, but I guess you can respond to it as soon as you want. Cajun is going to be probably just caught by Chris.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, the timing is so bad. And Cajun will catch you in the air. Kled on the other side. Here we go for it. This man, he will collect the 8K. The backdoor soon to be even caved in on him. But Sezi, he is here for the backup. And let's see if they can make it a little bit more expensive for him. Right now, just knocking straight at the door. I'm not sure why the HUD is bugging now. And
someone just left. Yeah, I might swap it. I love it. Classic. But yeah, Sam just left the game. A quick restart coming through as some more technical issues, it seems. Sorry for the delays here. On to the lucky. But yeah, the 4-0 start, as expected there from Kings of the North. As now, we're 5 rounds deep, and it's really only going to be the second buy coming through from Zomblers.
Yeah, Sam is reconnected. I'm like, why is my HUD freaking out? And sometimes when we have these going, like I saw during Icy's Detonate game in advance last night, because of these new this Face It update that came out last week, right? It's an update in air quotes because, you know, they added the coach position back to advanced. And by doing that on Icy's HUD, it was literally like they had their coach on the team with them, but he just, it was just sticking right on the HUD, and it wasn't.
I've actually seen that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It looks goofy. It like just clips over the top stuff too on it.
Absolutely, but give me a moment while I update the HUD.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, the Twitch title.
Oh yeah.
You forgetting to do that nowadays.
Come on,
I
Mr.
know,
Markey.
dude. NA production, NA production.
But ooh, we might be back to the action.
Ooh, please tell me it'll let me do that. I think it did.
Rooting for you.
Or did I literally just type that in the chat? Wow, that's embarrassing. Exclamation point title's gotta go first. There we go.
Huge.
Hopefully. There we are. I believe that. Oh wait.
First time's a charm.
Twitch error. All good.
And oh my. Just W-king this A bomb site. They're going in for it. Marrow delivers a first kill. Frosty Huncho able to get the trade though, and that's the A bomb site for the taking again. And the bomb being chauffeured in takes a few extra seconds, allowing the retake to clear out a few extra angles before having done so. But this is going to be a tough one to pull back, even in the 4 versus 4. A post plant is always an issue. Oh, but Camro might not be an issue for him with snappy shots like so. And Sam hot on the flank, 2 kills there, as now just 1 man, crit, and the 1 versus 4 eliminates 2, causing some economical damage here to the Zomblers side, but finally, the curse has been lifted. They're on the board.
They finally do it, Cash. They pry that round finally into their hands. 4 for Kings of the North was pretty good. Obviously, their money is sitting very pretty, but now Zomblers, that could be the start of something, especially with this Camo AWP. And they're actually, if I saw that correctly, they dropped over an M4. I am tripping. These guys, they're getting it going. I'm like, that would be quite a bold double op to have right now, but I mean, Zomblers, they're going to have a huge smile on their face just getting this single AWP up. I can't wait to see where Camo decides to go with it over towards the middle. And now this is what we've been waiting for. I was waffling at the start of this one about how I think it's an op map. Now, please prove me right, because honestly, that'll lead to some of the best situations that you can have. It really dictates how the power can be shifted on this map, whose hands it is in and when. But right now, there's just silence across the map.
Yeah, nothing too hectic to report here. That AWP peeking his head out, going for those long distance angles like you've been talking about over across bridge. Doesn't see much. We've seen this actually pretty much every round now from Kings of the North. They just initially default here, spreading out, trying to play a pick here, seeing where the round takes them. But as we hit about the 65-second mark, they're going to force their hand in the equation, trying to push up mid a little bit. But nothing really too telegraphed at what's yet to come.
Nothing too telegraphed at all. And Kled just maybe peeking his toes down there into canals to be linked up with Chris. Maybe a bit of a B split on the cards, and would be from a main where the other 3 would strike that molly in, and maybe Maro and Camo are going to have to get going soon.
And yeah, this is the big issue for the CT side. Sitting stationary here, not playing playing reactive here instead of getting the intel and trying to go with it. And because of it, just a full execute in towards B. They piece up the 3 defenders for the price of 1. And now Zomblers, this is dangerous territory. Winning a round, then losing the next.
Dangerous indeed, and that's a way to break someone's economy, right? There's that guy that trolls your MM games. Let's go. Hey guys, let's lose the pistol and let's win the next one.
Yeah.
Right? That used to work now in MR15, but dude, now with this MR12, it is even like it's so much more real. Right
It's
now,
brutal.
you look at the backs, they've been broken. You're gonna be very happy to get out with what you can, because you're gonna get absolutely nothing in the next.
And yeah, the most annoying part about this scoreline too from Zomblers is they're not even playing bad here. It's just Kings of the North here, kind of getting the leg up in the clutches here and abusing their economy beautifully, and playing the T side to perfection. Kings of the North here, they look good here in the match that they've got stuff to prove in.
We got somebody in our chat asking if we're for Canes or Chick-fil-A. And man, I got a message for Canes, man. Since when is Canes closing at 10 o'clock? I thought this was America.
Yeah, what the?
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
So what time does Chick-fil-A close? Like 9 p.m.?
Probably earlier, but you know, they're a fine like Christian establishment.
Different.
Like we would expect that.
True.
You know, Cane's a little more raunchy. You know, they're
a pagan,
giving you your food
a pagan
with, like,
establishment.
a frown on their face. Exactly.
That's
But I
funny.
digress. Right now, the Zomblers, they need to get up on some of that, because they are down in the count right now, just getting pressured a little bit more on their individual sites. Maro, there's only so much he can do. He is right behind this thing, and he's just spending his nades.
And spending them indeed in this early stage of the round here. They might be needed later on, but Sam, it says the double swing. And this is what I'm talking about, getting ahead of the party here, finding the intel at where your opponents are going. And a nice little swing here, nets them a double opener. Camo complementing it, using that AWP, finally getting it into the round, as this one looks a whole hell of a lot better from Zomblers.
These flashes out, and Kings of the North now just avoiding what is this next play, right? They have to lie in wait. Lothi, if he can get up here onto Sam, that's his next best option, but he sees 2 players, and it could be a third. Trying to fish out a player from this position, nobody gonna be home. Cajun a swing on it, and that is a very nice kill to secure. All left on Crisp, all alone, 35 seconds left, and No bomb, no chance, but he's 9-2. Maybe he can make it a little more expensive with aim like that. Morrow right around the corner for it, so they may just turn and he may just burn. It will be a second for the Zomblers.
And that's huge. No casualties taken in that round win. This is definitely going to help in solidifying their economy here. A big double up here, and now everything feels a whole lot more approachable here. That 1-5 opposed to 2-5 just feels whole leagues different from one another.
I tend to agree. And here come the Zomblers and the Kings of the North right now. Camro's still on that AWP, but finally an opponent to get you right on the other side of the server. Crisp has brought on the big green of his own, and right now there is aggression.
Wow.
And it comes from Camro himself. What a huge opening kill there with the op.
What a headshot, those long distance angles. I'm going to be saying it all night here. Camro on a tear here ever since he's gotten that op out. And Marrow, a kill on the other side of the map here, as everything just going right now for Zomblers. Perhaps just needing a little bit of a warm-up here. Shaking off the frost on their hands as they're looking toasty now. Another double man advantage early in a round.
Sits and waits. And so does the rest of Zomblers. This is their perfect game plan. Get up early in the round, sit back and wait. All you got to do. Pled and Co, they've got to come right to your den. Huncho, he's going to be running in on the other side. That molly down, and he does just get around it. So Huncho can come in just as closer as he seems. Kled actually gets that kill, but says he gets a double, and now it really could be trouble. Says he picks up all three, and the Zomblers have a huge to get their own third round.
And that is massive from Sezzy, going above and beyond their 3 kills, getting them their third, the magic 3 without a doubt there. And yeah, that position got scary for a second. You had the CTs turn their backs to B main for a half a moment, but Sezzy, no problem for him, as he spirals around and puts together a nice one. And for the first time here tonight, it looks like we're going to be seeing a save come through from Kings of the North. The money is shot.
It certainly is. Finally humbled as well, it seems, with that pace car. They will just be waiting patiently here in middle. Camro, he is just on the other side of it, wants to get something going, but here comes nades of the Kings of the North, Kings of their own. Let's see if they can get it going. Now, Marrow, he can just stand and fight, and that is going to be a good 2, but the damage done, and Chris is going to get that AK back, as well as the kill. You can now go into middle here, Zomblers, but they're just stopped up, and they're going to be back on their own extremities.
Yeah, and they know all 3 of them are here too. You've already got Sezzy hot on their heels here, sandwiching them in. They're going to have to fight their way out. And Chris, a successful kill here, crossing over towards the B flank. There's only one man in this bomb site. That's Sam. And he's got to get 1 minimum here. He can't go down for free. Oh my god, he lines them up, but only a kill and a half. Now it's equal.
Now look at Sezzy. Look at his positioning. It's like he is a T right now, rotating right into B, but suddenly he's going to have to think twice. Even Camro will, but he's going to get into an interesting position where he can just link up with Sezzy, but now thinks about it twice. The fact that he just realized it right there and didn't drop, make sure that he will still have this position from Camera when he does wish for it, because now that bomb will go down and that smoke to lock it in. This will be a good setup for Kings of the North.
Yeah, perfectly placed smoke towards Camera here, really disrupting Camro, the rotate through Camera, and that just caused my brain to freeze there. As Sezzy, he's probably gonna have to be the one here to initiate things and trying to come out through pillar. He makes contact as now everyone turning towards Camro. Crisp, he's gonna execute him. And Sezzy, he's got to do it again. The hero of the last round doesn't have much time to do it. I don't think it's possible. And somehow on the weakest buy of tonight, Kled doing a 1-tap for good reason. Kings of the North, they steal that one away.
Kled with an absolutely spectacular kill right there at the end to put him down. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, Kings of the North, they're right back on top, and you can get pretty comfortable in the driver's seat where you have 2 players above 4K. Chris, he's invested in something, and he's getting that bank account up more. But Zomblers, if they lose out this one, they kind of risk losing out in this half. You break the money and you get to rounds 11 and 12 with not such great buys. I fear for you.
Absolutely. But hey, like we were saying at the beginning of this game, it is a T-sided map here. Zomblers sitting on 3 rounds here. It's not too shabby, you know, but they definitely would like to add to it. And oh my god, Camero, how is he alive? A missed shot there walking through the smoke as a guardian angel. He's gonna keep him in it.
Certainly will, and right now Kled right on the other side for it. Marrow is just going to be joined by Camero. It can relink up here on A, seeing the shadow. That's an easy headshot for Kings of the North to get back out of, but this is their time. This is their land. Flashback in for it. Chris, he can just duck and dive. 11-4 right now, and he just seemingly keeps the continue to survive.
Yeah, I know. How are so many players alive given what we've seen? Some awkwardness going on in this server. But Zomblers, they're thriving in this situation. And yeah, really keeping the T's out of A main there. They're gonna cut their losses, trying to head back over towards this B bomb site. No immediate peek coming through, and we're down to 40 seconds with the bomb rotating through T-spawn. This is gonna leave pretty much no time in this B take.
Yeah, I mean, that is not a short wraparound at all. Lothi's even lining up a nade. They will have to get going. Huncho is going to have to crack in here with a full that is going to have to come in time. They have 3 players ahead of it for the Zomblers, but now they may start to move because of that kill in mid. But at the same time, they know they can hang back because of this timing. Cajun gets 2, and they're right through the smoke. Can he disrupt even longer? He's got to wait. He's got to bide his time. And a 3rd kill for Cajun, just keeping his team alive in the round. And Zomblers, they were seemingly all over this the whole time, or just seemingly Cajun. What a heroic play from him.
That is massive. This B-bomb site shut down for business, closed for today. Cajun, he's firm on the site there. And a 4K there grants them their 4th. And hey, I mean, 4 rounds on the CT side. This is the point that I would say all is well here going into their next half. We've still got 2 more rounds to run its course here. Really, anybody's game here from what we've seen.
I believe we just got another tech pause called out here, so hopefully this is solved momentarily. I don't really see anybody dropping out of the server.
Little ping check, little scoreboard check. Dang, look at Crisp and Cajun. Tied for first there, 11 apiece. The battle of the carries, and ooh, we're back to it. Yeah, that one wasn't too bad now, was it?
No, it was not, and
oh yeah.
Right now, maybe it just takes a little bit of a pause. Maybe a minute to breathe right now, Cash, because we're getting ever so closer to it. And maybe the Kings of the North are starting to feel a little bit of that sweat sort of drip down their neck. Because at this point, I mean, they've probably gotten way closer than they would like. Right now, Zomblers have a good chance in this round of trying to get that 5th up.
Yeah, I mean, at one point in this game, it was 5-1 now that you say that. And that's got to be wearing on the mentals here of Kings of the North here, without a doubt. They could make amends with it by finding these last 2 rounds of the half. Zomblers, just that mental fortitude to even stay in this game here. So many teams will just roll over and die with the situation stacked against them. Zomblers, the experience coming in handy in a 2-for-2 trade over towards A. A main control left in the hands here of Kings of the North. Kled trying to charge in, somehow avoids the spam and gets a kill after. What?
There it is. Sam right up top and can spin around if they choose. Does Sam with the double in the 1v3. Can't be trouble. Chris gets out and gets out alive with the whole team on the back. Really gets the AWP at the end as well. Just a little bit of a bonus. 12-5 for the man.
Jeez, just every clutch going in favor of Kings of the North there. How do they keep getting away with it? And to think as well in that 3 versus 3, if that crossing kill on that A player, whoever was crossing there, if they had gotten it, I think Zomblers would have won that round. Another one
Certainly.
That just comes down to the wire mark. That's just the motto of today.
Yeah, a lot of these are really very close and a little bit stressful if you are a Zomblers fan, but there is a huge headshot for Camero, and he is out of dodge, but maybe wants to double tip that off on the other side, and hey, maybe that was a little bit greedy.
He hit it though. It was through the corner of the wall.
He did?
I know, I mean.
Maybe not.
That's insane. Unfortunately, luck not favoring him. Able to take the bullet. Crisp and Lothy finding some players pushing over here towards B. Let's start it off real smooth here. has come tumbling down. It feels like an 8-4. Unless something miraculous can happen out of these pistols. And Cajun on the flank here has got 2 lower players. Able to finish one off. But not quite the second. Crisp, he's going to make it out alive.
He does make it out alive, and Cajun shot in the back. This is going terribly for the Zomblers right now, but Kings of the North, they have fought so hard for this half, and this is exactly the outcome that they would like to have in this one, unless Sam, like in the previous round, has anything to pull out of the hat. It was those 2 kills to give themselves a really good chance in this one, but rounding the corner, Chris will say, not today, man. We're going to be going into the half with the lead that we want, and the Kings of the North do. That is going to be a very impressive outcome.
Absolutely, but they can't get too comfortable in their lead without a doubt here. Things can turn around quick here in CS2, but in order for really Zomblers to start mounting this comeback, they've got to start here with this 13th round. No ifs, ands, ors, buts. I believe if Kings of the North here just gets the 10-4 start, it's going to be a done deal.
A done deal indeed.
But you never know, as long as there's rounds left to be played. So it's a chance at a comeback. You got to keep your head on straight.
Always.
I mean, how are you going to pull off a comeback if you never try, am I right? Wise words there.
One round at a time.
Amen.
That's what they say. All good regain. Anything is possible, man.
Wise words.
Always cheer for the comeback too. I mean, in any sort of scenario, we are from the I'm at least from the Kings of the North camp tonight, but hey man, we're always into a good game. But for the stress that Kings of the North had last night, I'm sure they would like to take it cleanly. But right back and forth this one, keeping the common theme of making it a crazy contest. Mario right in your face, taking it to ya. And now Cambro with that P250. That's a huge kill. 2 more up for the Kings of the North. We're going to see if they have anything to say about this one.
Yeah, these headshots are gnarly from Zomblers, and like I was saying in that freeze time, they had to pick this one up, but definitely setting themselves up in a good situation here to find that 5th. As long as they keep Lothy and Chris away from that bomb, and Marrow having no problems setting them to the graveyard there. Marrow, a 3-piece there out of the Glock. A full house out of him in that P250, man. Solid stuff from the Zomblers. And it's doable now, Mark. I'm starting to believe. I was nervous a little bit a second or 2 ago, but now here we are.
Certainly. I would say that you kind of hold your breath at that pistol round for sure, but I think you're absolutely right in being that every Zomblers fan is embodied in you right now with that exhale that you feel. I mean, that is going to be the first building block of what is to be this comeback, but don't be too nervous about this round, because especially if you are Zomblers right now and you are playing in it, these guys, veterans, they know this. You can't think about it too much because, hey, these are just pistols. You got to take care of business.
Certainly so. Like, I mean, quoting you exactly what you said last round here, you got to take it round by round. And yeah, I mean, things can turn quick here. At one point, Kings of the North 5-1, looking like they had a stranglehold, and yet here we are at 5-8 here, looking like it's about to be 6-8, given the fact that the 8-bomb site is being planted on. No one even close by here from Kings of the North, as they're just doing the Tour de France here as a team.
Maybe the tour into mid, shots popping off, stuff is happening. They're rotating the stack. At least they have their dignity for it. Stay as a squad, and you will all go down together. And it is the last member to join them. That will be Chris. And they're just 2 away, the Zomblers.
Live as a team and die as a team. Kings of the North's motto there, as they just stick together. The pack mentality doesn't quite get a kill or a gun to be saved, but hey, nothing's really a good option there in those full save. But here we go, Mark. The first rifle round here of this second half. And this is going to tell us a lot about how the rest of this game is going to go here.
Definitely so. This will lay a lot of financial building blocks, especially if the Zomblers are to get back into things. It's sort of the flip of the script. I mean, I feel like this was the Kings of the North really not too long ago, getting that pistol round and then building on it one more time, and then they fought against that first Zomblers gun round. Right here, it's the same thing. These kills going back and forth, but right now, it does slightly favor the Zomblers. You get out of that position, but the offense will always slightly be favored in that even situation, being that they control this clock, they control their own destiny.
Yeah, these CTs are split off from one another. It's 2 players per bomb site, and hell, even the third man starting to go over towards A right as they pop out B. And Lothy, he does manage to get 1 here from the back of site before getting traded back, but it's going to require a retake, and yeah, that advantage still here for Zomblers.
Holding the line for it. That Molly placed out right in front of Huncho.
Beautiful.
Into this 3v3. Nobody has a kit right now, Cash, but there is Sezi. Long range, taken out by Chris, doubled up with the Molly, and Huncho, he can't wait no more. He is out into the site, and Marrow right behind the pillar. They are all dancing around another headshot. And here it could come from underpass, from Camero. It does. 7 to 8 is where we remain as the Zomblers. They bring it 1 more closer.
The post plant is too OP there for Zomblers, and Kings of the North, they're unable to handle it as, wow, we are only 1 round off from them tying up the scoreline. And a big hold over there towards B. Really tonight, been seeing Marrow step up in those big situations here for Zomblers. It feels like he's getting the critical frags that they need at the right time. And another well-timed multi-kill coming through. As now Zomblers, they look like they might be able to make it 8-8.
Seeming like they will. And right now they've just got to wheel and deal with these Deagles, but it is definitely easier said than done. Right around the corner, it should be a lot of fun for Cajun, but actually flashed in upon it, Kled will go down, and now Cajun gets traded out. Suddenly, CZ lovers will be happy. Crisp has 2 with it.
Yeah, CZ stock rising tomorrow morning without a doubt after that one's pulled off. He even scoops up that 8K Camero. Tagging up Lothy, you're able to run him down too and get that frag. But a 3 versus 3 after all is said and done, and Crisp being thrown one of those AKs gets himself a frag onto Marrow. And now the man advantage back. The bomb site here for the T side, but unable to plant, and Frosty Huncho, he ices him with a Deagle headshot.
They could just completely ice the rest of Zomblers now with that kill, and they do. 9,000 for Kings of the North as a huge measurable for their CT side coming off of the eco, and now they are filthy stinking rich right now. Look at all the money they have. They'll be able to get it all.
That is twice now that we've seen Kings of the North do that too. It was once in that first half and now again here. And celebrating too soon perhaps, probably not, but you know what I mean. No 8-8. A big steal away again from Kings of the North here as they win their first CT side round of tonight. And like you're saying, they are absolutely stacked out the wazoo here on cash. It's going to take Zomblers winning 2 rounds in a row here to break their bank.
Breaking their bank, they will try to. Oh, we almost spammed down to Lothy.
Breaking
only
Lothy.
On to, yeah, only on the 2 HP right now, and 5 and 13. The performance happening for the captain of the North, as they're gonna need all of their individuals to step up in this thing. But everybody will have their chance, right? The impact not necessarily defined by the numbers, but how you really feel about these players and their jobs in this game. You just gotta do them. And right now, right outside of it, Zomblers, they could be attempting to try and get in for an 8th, but right now the fire, it will just be at your feet. Be careful, Chris, or you come very crispy indeed in a moment. Down to Morrow, down to 1 HP. That is terrible to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that kill necessarily came through, if there's some spam damage followed up with the Molotov damage, but one heck of a way there from Zomblers to get an opening. And now leaving doubts in their opponents' minds over here towards B. They're actually cutting back over into mid with the bomb to try and split towards A. And footsteps heard, but Cajun still holding the right. Does manage to get a kill into Kled. Chris the trade back, but with Chris, his position is known here. Says he runs in, gets the trade, and now the A bomb site plucked away from the CT side.
Plucked away indeed, and now they will try and go outside. They do find one. There goes Morrow, but I don't know. At these angles, at this time, I guess the Kings of the North, they will try and pry. They can look for days for this setup, but they will just get nada. There is Sezi and Sam to come and collect and collaborate for that 8th.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you look really cool when you win that 2 versus 3 retaking in towards A, but at a scoreline like 7-9 here, you drastically needed those AKs. And Zomblers looking to punish. They get revenge there after losing to the pistols, as they have no problems winning against the rifles.
No problem indeed. And I guess another tech pause out and about in this one. Mouse died, put in new batteries, man. I don't know what to tell you. I hope you're not using a mouse with batteries, though,
Bluetooth?
at this point. Bluetooth, something going on, plug the cord in. And dude, never forget when, this is a reminder. And I honestly, I can tell
Hit
my
me with it.
story to maybe save others out there that are thinking about attending a LAN with a wireless mouse. If you have a wireless mouse, always bring the charging cord, but never only that. When I arrived in Chicago for Fragacago, one of the first ones, I don't even know if that one was labeled Fragacago, Fragadelphia 15, a part of that circuit, I arrived and I forgot my mouse bungee cache.
Bro's got PTSD, huh?
It was not a good time.
That is unfortunate.
It was not a good time. So everybody always double check that you're removing that little USB from the back of your computer before you
Write
go
this
to LAN.
down, guys.
Because I had to suffer through it, man. Thankfully, my teammate Jersey, wherever he is nowadays, he had my nice G Pro wire, and hey, man, I was good to go. I played wired, but who wants to do that nowadays?
Amen to that. That is old news without a doubt here. But ooh, returning back in. It's time here, and the stakes massive mark. Round number 18. We're either gonna get a 10-8 or tie game. And the purchase here from Kings of the North, not quite as pretty as we initially thought. Thought it'd be a little bit healthier with the help of that pistol round steal away that they had a little while back. And Zomblers not really spread out in this round. They're thinking of A main and no resistance. At least at the first hurdle, gets them inside without being detected.
Molly's flying in, but here comes the push. Zomblers forcing their way in. Lothi at the back of the site gets that MP9 double.
Oh my god,
and
how?
that will mean a lot of trouble. Nade out and about for it. Lothi into the red. One more bullet will make sure that he is dead, and they will move out and put that Molly up on a camera. Cash, they are getting exactly what they want, Zomblers.
Absolutely, and oh no, they're unable to punish the cross here. Lothi, he did so much there from behind sight. Gets two, buys time for the rotate, but they're unable to take advantage of it. And now with the bomb having gone down, Zomblers definitely in a good situation here. Even more so with ESEA getting a headshot. Cajun the follow-up. It's all on to one man, Frosty Huncho. Can he live up to the name? You can't quite freeze him out of this round. Zomblers, they're gonna pull it over the line and tie it up here at 9-9.
My goodness. Zomblers, you said it yourself going into the half, Cash. You can never, ever count them out. Because here we are, tied at round number 19. I think looking at the buys up in this one, I think they're good to get the number 10 unless Kings of the North have another miracle deal round in their pockets. Crisp up with that CZ. Oh boy, get ready.
The old full auto pistol. Yuck. CZ, gross. Nasty. On Team 5-7. And ooh, perhaps thinking of this A-bomb site at an inopportune time here. There's a lot of players in this direction, but no problem for Sam and Mero as they just mow them down. Lothi, the king of Kings of the North, does find one. That's about it.
And you notice what gets the kill right there, man. It was that 5-7. Chris, unfortunately, did not come up with one. This post made by 5-7 gang, of course. And, you know, I would join you over there on Team 5-7. It is just, it's just so, it's so overpowered, man. I love my Tech 9 as well. It's a good time. But, you know, there was unironically an interesting point somebody brought up about the economy in CS2, and you know, maybe just stand with me here, a little bit of food for thought.
Okay.
In order to counteract the maybe crappy CT economy that is in this game currently, is it necessary to have an underpriced and overpowered MP9 to offset it? That's an interesting thing to think about. No, MP9's underplay right now, but hey, man.
I think I actually saw that exact post that you're talking about. I was thinking the same thing, but like I didn't even have an answer for it. Like they were 100% right about it, but like also that's way out of my pay grade to even think of an idea how to fix it.
I completely agree. Leave that to the CS accountants, man.
Absolutely out of our pay grade here. We're just lousy commentators, am I right?
Absolutely. Just waffling about, but I don't think the Zomblers are. They are really taking their measures into this one. Mero on these angles could land it secondly, but there is a Lothi in the site to try and fight back, but only for so long. You can just stand and wait. Sam with a huge double.
Marrow finding even more impact for the Zomblers. Opens up this B bomb site. Sure, he gets traded back, but reveals where another CT is. And Zomblers, they just explode on the position, storm the castle, take the bomb site. And it looks like they're going to take yet another round here. And 11-9. This is a pretty sizable lead at this point, too.
I would think so, and I mean, you have got to get out with whatever you can. Maybe not the bank accounts to really go for that. I don't know. They actually do have enough money if they want to go for that hunt, but Zomblers, they take a bit of a more modest approach, making sure that their back lines are secure. Unfortunately, the Kings of the North, they're going to be both doubled up on B there, and Camro, he is close, but maybe not too much more personal. He's going to be a little too far away for that engagement. But now the Zomblers, they have crept back in this lead. They have got 7 in this half, and my goodness, are they going to be able to push it all the way? We'll find out after this pause, but I think the Seaside is everything that they wanted it to be.
100%. To think as well, the only round that Kings of the North have won here tonight has been off the back of the pistols, too. You have to think that their team mental is probably wavering a little bit here, wondering, hey, can we even win a round with our rifles? But they have to fend off those thoughts without a doubt here. A little bit of a pause coming through. Perhaps they can reset the team's mental, but it's pretty much do or die territory. Zomblers coming for the kill here. And to think as well, at one point, 1-5. Crazy.
No, absolutely. And if Zomblers are to close this out and defeat Kings of the North, then I think it would ride the same wave that we sort of got on foot with last night. Kings of the North, when they play My Life Be Like, a really good team that soared through advanced playoffs last season. Similarly to Zomblers, right? You look at these tough opponents and, hey, man, they're getting close, but they're not able to finish up at the line for a first-time team in advance, excuse me. I mean, they're getting close, but I know that Lothi and co, these guys, they're real hungry, and they want that whole W.
Absolutely. I actually interviewed, I think it was Crisp a little while back, and we were saying, funnily enough, about how the closer games, you learn more from them than just the one-side blowouts. So regardless if they win or lose here, it's probably going to be a victory over there at Kings of the North here. So they can probably improve even further beyond. And what the hell is that, Cajun? That shouldn't be allowed. Oh, dude, my Cajun, God.
That's illegal. This guy, Cajun, he's always like posted on Twitter the amazing dinners that he's eaten. I'm sure he's got some great fuel in him right now that's making him able to get shots like that. But Lothi's just gonna duck up and over this smoke. That is crazy. Mara will go down just like that, playing whack-a-mole outside of B.
And up and down, head glitching in and out there. The shield of the smoke there works to his advantage. As that opening pick neutralized back, and Chris playing the Lothi spot behind sight here is good for one, but Camro, having found a trade, leaves the bomb site here for this T side, and Zomblers, they've had no issue converting these post plants. This really makes me worried for the Kings of the North.
Oh no! Cajun! Not through the smoke this time, as this 2v2 becomes ever more closer. And now the Zomblers, they can just depend on one man for their plan. Up and above. Can you dance around the pillar? Misses one shot. Is good on the second. Camro, can you blow our minds? Right now, he is making it happen. Can you get this third kill? Up close and personal, misses it. But I think that clock is ever ticking. Will Lothi find it in? He does. This is going to be so close, Cash. I'm not sure if he has it, but they do. Kings of the North respond and get double digits just in the nick of time.
My mouth is wide open. How do they keep getting away with it? Kings of the North with the clutch gene here tonight. Every single time they get thrown into an impossible scenario, they somehow wiggle their way out. And that is a big one to wiggle out of as well. Not able to gift Zomblers match point here, as we say play on. Perhaps calling it a little bit too soon here, Mark. There's a little bit of fight left in them, without a doubt.
And we're on to another pause here, so that leads me to think that there is maybe something else going on here. There was once a time where I believe it was Darkest Hour with MJB when that team was still together. Obviously, unfortunately, have disbanded. MJB was playing with the flu, and they kept having to call tech pauses so he could vomit in his trash can next to him.
I think we commentated that together now that you say that.
Yeah, I think that was our game.
I do remember that.
There could be crazy times for these pauses, Cash. That's all I'm saying.
You might be right. And I actually think you're onto something there. Someone might not be feeling well. Geez, just the resilience of these players if that's the case. But I think that is a good guess, all things considered. But ooh, returning back in the 23rd round here, and the stakes absolutely stacked sky high. Match point still on the line here for Zomblers, and tie game here for Kings of the North to try and prevent it. A little bit of mid-action across bridge. They're going to get through with relative ease. CT side, they're set up in this 3-2 setup. 3 players over towards B, 2 players over towards A.
Man, oh man. Minute 15 left, re-clearing into A right there.
Big
Nothing
info.
Home. And you look at the mini-map, Cash, this thing, it is looking real scary over here towards B, but I think they've got to strike now. They are forced into this Zomblers. You've got to adjust to these positions on the fly. Cajun, good for 2. And now Gled, ever so much closer. Could walk into the spam, and he does. Good night to the Kings of the North defense.
And Cajun, he is just the executioner here. Another triple kill. And oh my God, even more. A 4th and a 5th, and he's gonna ace. Oh my God, and there's match point. How has this just happened?
That is how it happened. Cajun is how it happened, ripping the heads off the Kings of the North. He wants to sit on that throne this afternoon. The Zomblers, oh my goodness, they have fought back. Just like you said, this used to be 5-1 in favor of the Kings of the North, but the Zomblers, through all of their experience, all of their redemption, they are back, and now they are on match point. But the Kings of the North, they are not done, but it is close. They got the 4 MP9s. Let's see how they adjust to this lead.
Yeah, and they've got to stay afloat here. The Kings of the North ship is sinking. It's got to be 2 straight, and this utility is really going to tag up Chris, but no kills from either side. That great grenade into Camro, tagging one another here. But man, I don't even know if I've been able to process the emotion of this game here. It has been so asinine what we've been seeing. I know we keep saying it sounds like a broken record, but my God, everything coming down to this round here. The MP9s, they are spamming away. That high fire rate trying to be utilized. But as we hit the middle stages of this round, utility over in towards A, but the bomb not necessarily too close by.
Yeah, man, they're leaking right here into middle. Sezzy, he's just gonna lay the groundwork here for what's gonna be a rotation in. He mollies them off, closing the back door. A one-man army at the back of the site. It's gonna be Huncho, but can the backup arrive in time? They're trying to dunk nades onto him. They're trying to fish him out. Gled now is rotated in, but there it goes. 2 kills to secure that site, Cash. And now there has to be one last attempt, one last effort if the Kings of the North are to keep themselves in this game.
And yeah, I don't know if we've seen them even retake the B-bomb site once tonight. Did you see that opening kill from Cajun where he flicked to the player inside a connector? Cajun with a little bit of carrying it over from the ace. Oh, Crisp though, hold on a second, has turned it back to a 2 versus 2, but time, such a major factor. Running in, Marrow able to hold it down. Camera spots out the last man, and Marrow is gonna get the frag. Zomblers, they've done it. They recover it in 13-10. They steal away that victory.
Oh my goodness, Cash. Was that quite the game? You know, we were sitting here
exactly what I
game
expected.
And you're like, man, this could be a great game. This really could, and honestly, it lived up to all my
100%.
expectations and then some, man. What a ride that was.
I mean, Kings of the North, they had every single clutch going their way, starting with that pistol round, the eco rounds that they won, but still, the experience of Zombler, they just keep their head on straight. They focus in, chug away at the rounds, and eventually they close it out after a 23-round grueling game there. But geez almighty, whoa, Mark's knocking the camera. He's trying to get out early here. But man, what more can we say about that? What has not been said, without a doubt?
No, definitely, and don't mind me here. Sorry,
Oh.
you know what? I was dissing on wired mice earlier, and then my wireless mouse has
It heard
just
you.
died.
It
Yeah,
heard
so
you.
we're trying to get, oh my goodness, a little bit of information here. Sorry, my wire's going behind my camera
Mike's
here, so I'm trying not to knock it
struggling
down.
tonight.
But yeah, we're just gonna try and maybe just check Discord without using my mouse here with
I like
my
it.
phone to see if we can get this interview going, Cash.
For
But
sure.
my goodness, that was quite a game. But
Definitely.
the Zomblers, they deserve that win after it was such a
And
great
4-0 too. Craziness coming through. An absolute barn buster of a game there as the flawless season continues for Zomblers. But I think we're getting an interview over on the LCA channel with one of the Kings of the North players. But for the Zomblers stream, thanks for having us on here. It was an absolute pleasure. We're going to call it a night here. Until next game, GG, guys.
See you, Zomblers. We love you.
I'm just waiting for my calling. Yeah, you got a longing to make it with somebody, but lately you been stalling. Oh, lately you been stalling. Yeah, it's green on the other side. If you want another bride, saying that you got inside something that you'll never find. Another life, you gon' want another try. Something like the other night, looking for another high. Expensive taste like a movie. Eyes only looking for the beauty.